Greetings, fellow taxpayers, on this, our darkest day. Americans have a long romantic history of deploring taxation. Founding father Benjamin Franklin once famously said that nothing is certain in this world but death and taxes, and the Cleveland Browns' need for a franchise quarterback. And that sentiment certainly still holds true today. And we're never more aware of it than we are on April 15th, the day that responsible Americans file their taxes, and I request my first of several extensions. But it's just postponing the inevitable, of course, because they find you. They always find you, the tax man. At least since 1913, that is, when the 16th Amendment was passed, authorizing Congress to levy a nationwide federal income tax. And since that ratification, Americans have spent the subsequent 112 years doing their darndest to use every trick in the tax code book to relinquish as little of their annual earnings as possible to our federal government. One of the best ways to do that, of course, is with tax deductions. You're likely familiar with most of the popular write-offs, like charitable gifts, retirement contributions, etc. But many bold and creative taxpayers have been known to test the limits of what the IRS might allow, and today, we honor them. Here are a few examples of extraordinary tax deductions approved by the IRS. Body oil. In 1984, the tax court ruled that a professional bodybuilder who used body oil to make his muscles shimmer during the competition could deduct the oil cost as a business expense. So, while I am not able to write off the cost of any 2024 body oil purchases I made, it's only because of poor career planning. Clarinets. Apparently, using a clarinet to remedy an orthodontics issue is a real form of treatment. A 1962 ruling from the IRS allowed deductions for the cost of a clarinet and lessons for playing it. So, great news if you have an overbite, you're into woodwinds, and you're on a budget. Swimming pools. This one's a little tricky, but it can work. The pool can't just be for leisure, though. It has to be a doctor-prescribed swimming pool. But if you can get them to formally acknowledge that you need a pool or jacuzzi-type situation in order to alleviate a physical or mental illness, you have a decent chance at writing that off. You need your hydrotherapy. Smoking cessation. You're allowed to write off things like nicotine patches and other stop smoking aids that help you get off the cigs. This creates an interesting loophole, because if you're a smoker who doesn't want to quit smoking, just switch from cigarettes to nicotine patches for the rest of your life, and your habit becomes free. Finally, and most importantly, my favorite successful tax write-off that I've encountered, ostrich depreciation. As their livestock ages, farmers can deduct the depreciated value from their taxable income if the animals are used for breeding. That was the case for one Louisiana ostrich farmer who found a way to save some money because his ostrich stud was getting a little long in the beak. And that is the kind of creative financial maneuvering that this country was founded upon. This is Mike, wishing you and your elderly ostriches a very peaceful and auditless tax day.